So there could be lots of reasons why a young person doesn't have a school setting when they're placed. It could be that they've come from their previous school education was quite far away, so they're now too far to go to that school. They could have been in a residential, but now they're looking to go into a different setting. They could be excluded. They could have been in many placements where they've been from different educational settings and they've now ended up with not one. There's lots and lots of different reasons why they might not be in school, either when they're first placed with a carer or they've been placed with that carer for some time and they find that they're suddenly not in school. So I think firstly how foster parents can support the transition back into school is to fill their young person with confidence and self-esteem and reassurance that, you know, they are capable of going to school, that they will be okay, they will find a provision that suits them, and that they will find somewhere that will be a safe place that will meet their needs, and that whatever barriers they feel that they might face, there'll always be someone there to support them. It's the trust element. I think it's very hard for a young person to jump into the deep end and not know what's going to happen. And once they find a place or a setting or, you know, an alternative provision, whatever is suitable for that young person, it's important that they take the young person to visit it and they speak to somebody there so that they've got a link. That might be the designated teacher, that might be the Senko, that might be the head teacher, but they need to go to the setting, have a look around, see what it's like, see the other young people working there. And it's really important that we ask our young people, what do they think? Do they like it? Do they want to be there? Because if they don't, then we need to think of a plan B, because their voice is really important in making that decision as well. We need to speak with our young people and think about what their expectations are of education and what they would like, what their interests are. So, for example, if a young person comes in and they're really into football, it's really important that we do find a setting that does have a football club, something that they can engage in that interests them. And if they do have fears and worries, and they might be worried about bullying, they might be worried about the structure, the strict teacher, I think we need to have an initial meeting. When I say we, I mean all professionals, including the professionals at the school or the education setting, the social worker, the supervising social worker, so that we can address all these fears and all these things that the young person is worried about and reassure them and make sure that the school are really aware so they know how they can also support the young person and what they need. This is why we have a personal education plan. So we when a child starts a new school, we should have that meeting as soon as possible, and we need to talk about, you know, what that child needs to transition into a new school. So if they need kind of some form of therapy or some kind of support or one-to-one or whatever is available at the school. Resources are really short at the moment, and sometimes, you know, the child does come with a pupil premium, so it's how we can best use that to support the child, to support not only them in an academic way but with their emotional well-being as well. And these are conversations that we need to have as a team to facilitate the child's best interests or the young person's best interests. So we're really looking at individual needs and then thinking how best to support those needs on an individual basis. Have faith that, you know, understand that they're not alone, that it is really hard when you have a young person that's not in education. You really do feel the pressure. I think foster parents feel that they have to be everything. They have to be the teacher, you know, they have to be guiding them and providing amazing activities every day, and they're only human at the end of the day. So I think that I would say to a foster parent just to have faith and to put trust into the team around you, that everybody will be working for what's best for that child. At the same time though, I think I've seen foster parents do really great advocating for their young people, and they will, you know, support by kind of looking at different schools and suggesting different schools, going to the SEN team if there is an SEN team and seeing where the child is on the waiting list. So whatever they can do, they will do. And if they're not sure what to do, they can always ask for support around them to get help with those things. The support that ISP provide when they have young people that don't want to go to school is we have our advisory teachers who will go in and talk to the young people and just see what's going on for them and try and connect and see what's, you know, the reasons why, how they can help, support them with various interests and activities. And then we will support the foster parent by liaising with the school and the virtual school to try and put things in place that can make school easy for them to transition back into, or kind of support them with what's been going wrong. So everybody has different needs and different situations, but we will try really hard to work with the school to kind of adjust situations for the young person. So it might be that certain days are too long and they might need to have their timetable differentiated. It might be that the work that they're getting is really complex and they might need it more at their level. But we'll work within a team to try and support the young person as much as possible and hope that there's understanding there, because sometimes ISP, foster parents, we all know this young person. Sometimes we have to support the school to understand that there has been a lot that has gone on for the young person, and to maybe take a step back and have perspective on the situation and see that they might need a different approach.